Because there is a feeling, maybe, it's our work to probe into that, into your coalition and poke holes and whatever we find, that there is no agreement in the way that the flag bearer will be chosen. So which is the way, Mheshimiwa Mwanzo, which way forward? Is it joint? Because Wiper doesn't want joint nominations. Other partners want.
Wiper is not opposed to joint nominations. And when it comes to nomination, we said from the instrument we have, called coalition as an instrument which was registered with the registrar of political parties. And it is by that instrument you hold together up to the next election. There's even that instrument talks of if one party pulls out, like if ODM pulls out, what happens? It's a very detailed instrument. And I want to up the question to make it a $1 million question. The people in court believe that, and I've heard it from Mombasa, I've heard it from Nairobi, even just before I came here, the people who met me told me, court must stay together. And that's the belief of the people. And the leaders have no choice but to do what the people want. So the people don't want a divided court. But the answer is obvious. If one leader pulls out, then automatically Jubilee will win in the morning. To be given a win it doesn't deserve. And I don't see that happening. I don't see court breaking. I can assure you sacrifices will be made. And unless sacrifices are made, then you can't have, court can't get anywhere.
Is the quest for that unity greater than individual ambition of those three leaders?
I can assure you the quest for unity by the people of Kenya is bigger than any of those three individuals. Much bigger. And they have no choice but to quest the thirst of the court fraternity, which is very aggressive and which is sure for a win in 2017. Now that IBC is home and there's no chance of stolen elections again.
All right.
But Ben, I don't sit at the top organ of CORD.
Yes.
But I want to say 2 weeks ago, Vice President Kalonzo Musyoka made a statement in terms of, a suggestion that team I told you is checking how we approach the next elections, is dealing with. And he said, one option is to register CORD as a political party. Speaking from outside, I nearly bought that idea. I was very happy about it.
To do exactly what Jubilee did.
Yes, something exactly, around that, not exactly.
Not dissolving.
Yes. And then the Wiper, party had their National Executive, Council meeting, and they said, let us do joint nominations. And when I heard that, I said, for once, we are looking at capturing state power. Ben, let me tell you something that will shock you. In 2013, if you look at Kisii region, the votes which went the direction of the CORD presidential candidate, who was Prime Minister Raila Odinga, was over 82% of the Kisii votes. But if you come to Kisii County, leaving Nyamira, county aside, out of the 9 members of parliament from Kisii County, the entire CORD just scrapped through with 3. Why? Because you went to each, constituency. You're an ODM candidate, you have a Wiper candidate, you have a Ford Kenya candidate. They split our CORD votes, and of course we create a pathway, therefore, for the Jubilee candidate. That happened to Nairobi. If you look at a constituency like Makadara, Dan Manzo will tell you. Aladwa lost against Honorable Ben Mutura by barely 2,000 votes. Yet the Wiper and Ford Kenya candidates in those constituencies garnered well over 10,000 votes. Look at the situation we had in the entire Masai land, which is wholly coded. The constituency of Peris Tobiko, just across here. Peris Tobiko beat the ODM candidate, who was essentially the CORD, front runner, by barely 1,000 votes. The Wiper candidate in the same constituency had a whole over 7,200. What am I saying in short? Yes. You cannot seek to be the president of Kenya without seeking to control the parliament. Because remember, parliament currently budgets. I can tell you, if CORD had majority in parliament, Uhuru Kenyatta would have resigned, not even been impeached and gone home, because all you do is to refuse to pass budget, and the taxation laws, the finance bills and others. So one of the things we are doing is that in as much as we are a coalition, I personally believe, and this is still, individual suggestions informing what is going on at Manzoni in that special team we have created. We must have a situation where ultimately at every electoral unit, we have a single person, whether it's a Wiper code, ODM code,
Right.
Ford Kenya code, facing it off with Jubilee. Not that we have ODM, Ford Kenya, and all this. And that way I can tell you, the people of Kenya will be happy and Jubilee packs to
All right.
leave.
And